So, picture this. Ancient Sri Lanka. It's a kingdom built on incredible faith and some truly mind-blowing engineering. But when a powerful king dies, he leaves behind this messy legacy. He's both a hero and a villain. And now his son has to pick up the pieces and confront a nation that's been torn apart by his own father's actions. We're going to dive into this incredible story of redemption.
And that really brings us to the core question here, doesn't it? It's a story about healing some really deep wounds, about honoring the past, and get this, about how a single, sacred object could completely define the destiny of a nation.
All right, so to really get what the son was up against, you first have to understand his father, the brilliant but oh-so-divisive King Mahasena. His reign, it was just this total whirlwind of creation and chaos. And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? You've got these two completely different faces of the same king. On one side, you have the destroyer. And look, influenced by a monk from a rival sect, Mahasena went on an absolute rampage. He persecuted the Mahavihara monks, these were the mainstream traditional guys, and leveled 364 of their monasteries. But then, you flip the coin. He was also the builder, a total visionary. This guy created 16 massive reservoirs that literally transformed the dry landscape. We're talking vast rice cultivation, a prosperous kingdom. They even called him Minare Jivio, the god of Minaria. He'd built the Jetavanarama, a stupa that was one of the tallest ancient structures in the entire world. So he's building the nation's wealth with one hand while tearing down its spiritual heart with the other. Just incredible.
You know, this line from the ancient chronicle, the Mahavamsa, just nails it. In this manner, King Mahasena accumulated a vast store of both merit and sin. I mean, wow, he was a man of immense good deeds and equally immense bad ones. And this is the complicated, fractured kingdom his son is about to inherit.
Okay, so this is where the healing begins. Enter King Kitsiraman. He doesn't just take the throne as another ruler. No, he comes in as a restorer, with this clear mission to mend the very fabric of his kingdom's faith.
And he didn't mess around with vague promises either. Kitsramaven's approach was super deliberate, really methodical. First thing he does, he brings back all the monks his father had driven into exile. Then he actually listened. He asked them to catalog every single thing that was destroyed. And then he meticulously rebuilt it all. From the spectacular multi-storied monastery known as the Brazen Palace, right down to the smallest local temple. And finally, he returned all the lands and property his father had seized. You see, this wasn't just about putting up buildings. It was a profound national act of saying, we're sorry.
But Kitsiramaven knew. He knew that just fixing the damage wasn't going to be enough. To truly heal the kingdom, he had to go deeper. He needed to reestablish its spiritual foundations by honoring the man who started it all in the first place.
And that man was Mahinda Thera. Just so we're all on the same page, think of him as the spiritual father of Sri Lanka. He was an Indian royal monk who centuries before brought the teachings of Buddhism to the island. To this day, he's a figure of immense reverence.
So, to show his devotion, Kitsiramavan does something truly extraordinary. He orders the creation of a life-size statue of Mahinda Thera, crafted entirely from solid gold. I mean, can you imagine? This was a powerful statement, a symbol of renewed faith that was meant for everyone to see.
And this right here, this shows just how committed he was. He didn't just make the statue. He created a whole national event around it. There was this massive procession that carried it from a holy mountain all the way to the capital. Then, in a huge act of compassion, the king freed all the prisoners. For 3 whole months, the statue was displayed for everyone to see and worship. And then he made it official. He decreed this festival should happen every single year, basically embedding gratitude for Mahinda Thera into the national calendar forever.
So just as the kingdom is starting to feel whole again, a new chapter begins. An event unfolds hundreds of miles away that is about to bring an object of unimaginable sanctity to Sri Lanka's shores, and it's going to change its destiny forever.
Okay, so the story jumps over to the Kalinga kingdom in India. An invading army is at the gates, and the king there, Guhasiva, he knows he can't win.
But this isn't just about losing a battle. It's a massive spiritual crisis. See, the king is the guardian of one of the most sacred relics in the entire Buddhist world, a tooth of the Buddha himself. And he is terrified it's going to be captured and desecrated. So, what does he do? He entrusts the relic to his daughter, Princess Hemamala, and her husband,
Prince Danta. They disguise themselves as humble ascetics, to avoid being caught, and they begin this incredibly perilous journey. And the princess hides the sacred tooth in the coils of her hair. Just an amazing detail.
After a dangerous voyage, they make it. They land safely in Sri Lanka. But they don't just arrive with the relic. They arrive with the very thing that is about to become the ultimate symbol of the nation's sovereignty and its faith.
You can just imagine when King Kitsarimavan heard this news, he was absolutely overcome with joy. He got it. He understood the immense significance of this moment. So to welcome the tooth relic, he spent an astonishing 900,000 gold coins on a magnificent festival. A reception that was absolutely fitting for what would soon become the kingdom's most precious treasure.
So, the son who began his reign just trying to heal the wounds of the past, now finds himself the guardian of this new, powerful symbol for the future. His whole legacy was now being forged in faith.
And when you look back at his 28-year reign, Kitsarimavan's achievements were just profound. He restored the traditional monastic order, he created a lasting national festival, and of course, he welcomed the sacred tooth relic. But maybe his most significant act, the one that changed everything, was linking that relic directly to the crown itself.
And this set a precedent that would echo for over 1,000 years. The tooth relic wasn't just an object to be worshipped anymore, it became the ultimate symbol of political legitimacy. From that point on, it was simple. To be the king, you had to be the guardian of the tooth.
And this just leaves us with a fascinating question to think about, right? Kitsarimavan didn't just redeem his father's sins, he gave his nation a new heart. It really makes you wonder about the power of symbols and how a single sacred object can become so intertwined with the very identity and destiny of an entire people.